Hey girls, so as promised, I'm going to show you basically a makeup that you can do in 5 minutes or less, and very simple. You can wear anywhere, but yet looks amazing. So let's get started. The first thing that I do is, of course, I need to cover up all of this. So I go to the natural color corrected, not color corrected, but the color concealer. It comes in white and green, but I use the natural. Love this. So what I'm gonna do is I just use kind of like a little palette. It's kind of creamy. It just takes a tiny amount, but I like to put it on with a brush like this. So I am just going to get that on my brush and go to work. So again, I am just covering up anything that I don't like, as far as imperfections, sunspots, anything like that. Okay, just a tiny bit more. So what I love about the concealer is it's very long lasting. It binds to the skin, so it helps to cover up basically anything you don't want to see, which I love. But again, it comes in green, which covers up red. It comes in white, which is going to help cover up any tiny like small lines, wrinkles, things like that. And then of course natural, which is going to take care of a lot of my sunspots. Okay, the next thing I do, girls, is I use the color corrected tinted moisturizer. That is it as far as my foundation. Once in a while I'll do the dewy, which is the Make Sense foundation. It's a color dewy, which is our Make Sense foundation, if I just want a little bit more coverage. But I wear this stuff every day. It's lightweight, it feels great. So I use the medium. I take one pump of this, and then there's like hardly any left in here, but this is the pearlizer, which is real shimmery, and I love it. So it's just gonna give me a little bit of, I guess you could say, kind of sparkle, kind of glow. So again, I'm just gonna stick that on my palette, and again, go back with my brush, and put this on. You can put it on with a sponge, you can put it on with your fingers, whatever you like. But again, it's the reason I love the color corrected tinted moisturizer is because it's super lightweight. Oops, get my hair in here. I love the way that it feels, but yet it definitely provides amazing coverage, which is awesome. The other thing that I like about our color corrected tinted moisturizer is that it has a mechanical shield in it. So when I put that on top of my daily moisturizer, I'm getting an equivalent of an SPF of 15. I'm sorry, an equivalent of an SPF of 30, because both of my daytime moisturizers and my color corrected tinted moisturizer contain basically a mechanical shield that's equivalent to 15. So when I put both of them on, I'm getting 30 SPF basically, but there's no chemical. So it's not a chemical sunscreen, so I love that. Okay, so I'm kind of looking at my phone here, seeing if I got it all. Okay, so I've got my color corrected tinted moisturizer on. The last thing that I do, just because I want a little extra coverage under my eyes, is, which I wouldn't need, I mean, you can see it looks pretty darn good. That's because of the eye cream, which I know I've told you about. So, however, I'm gonna stick a little bit of this Candlelight Shadow Sense just underneath my eyes, kind of in a triangle a triangle shape. And then I'm just going to, again, stipple that in. just because I like that to be nice and bright. No dark circles, none of that. And gosh, mom, full-time pharmacist, wife, you know, I mean, you guys know, we're tired a lot. So, okay, there you go. Gosh, that looks pretty darn good. Cover up my little zit over here, because, you know, we all get those once in a while. Okay, perfect. Now, so there you go. That was it for the foundation or for your makeup. Now I'm just going to stick a little bit of powder on top. So this is the translucent powder. This is natural. It comes in bronze. It also comes in a silver rose color. So what I love about this is I can stick this in my purse because it's got like a little lock on it. So it's not going anywhere. So like in the middle of the day, if I'm like, oh, I need a little touch up, you know, kind of absorb some of the oil, especially if you're outside and it's hot, sweating a little bit. So it's got a little lock on it. But I also like that basically your powder's right here, your brush is right here, and that's it. You can just stick it in your purse and go anywhere. So I just tap a little bit, get some powder into the brush, and then basically just open this up, and it comes just like this. And I stick on my powder. It is seriously that simple. But again, what I like is to take this with me. Love that. It's very, very versatile. Stick it and go anywhere. Okay. Oh, got a little brush there. All right. Yay! Okay, so basically face is done except for my eyes. So let's do that. Oh, one more thing. You don't have to if you like a little blush. This is what I use. I use the Toasted Rose. Most of the time this is what I use. Sometimes I use Mulberry Shadow Sense. So again, I'm just gonna take a tiny bit, like seriously, not even a pea size, like even less than that. And I'm gonna take an angled, basically stippling brush, kind of like this. Again, get it on my brush and dab it on. So again, these are creamy, creamy kind of liquidy. A tiny, tiny bit is all you need. And again, this is binding to the skin, so it is going to stay there all day, which I love. Okay, so on the blush, I don't overdo. I just do a little bit, especially on these simple 5-minute or less kind of makeup. So that is it. Now let's do my eyes. So I chose something different today. Usually I do the Sandstone Pearl and the Mocha Java. That's usually what I do for my everyday go-to, but I'm gonna mix it up a little bit because I know you girls haven't seen this. So I'm gonna use Pink Frost and Pink Opal Shimmer. So do a little pink. So the Pink Frost I'm going to put on first. Just dab a little on. And then you can use your finger. I just like to use a brush. So I'm gonna go to kind of a little blender brush and just kind of sweep that across the eye, blending it all over the lid. So the one I'm using right now, the Pink Frost, is a matte color. So there isn't any shimmer or anything to it. It's just a plain kind of pinky, light pink kind of color. So if you like more of a matte, and you can mix them because that's what I'm gonna do. You don't have to just use all mattes. You can use a matte and a shimmer, which is what I'm gonna do. So I've got the Pink Frost on. Now I'm gonna go back with the Pink Opal Shimmer, and I'm just gonna dab a little bit on, right just on the lid there. And then I'm gonna go back and just kind of sweep that across the lid. I'm not gonna go up here with that. I'm just going to kind of keep it down here. Voila. Okay, there you go. I mean, seriously, how simple was that? So there's your pink. It's kind of pretty. Now, I always wear an eyeliner, so I'm sticking my eyeliner on, girls. So I've got the Onyx Shadow Sense. I know you've heard me rave about this before. This is my go-to. This is what I use. So. That's my eyelash. I was like, did I get a double Y in there? Nope, that's my eyelash. All right, takes a tiny bit. I just wipe it off on the top of my tube. Oh, I must have had some on my finger. Where's it at? I don't want to spread it. Perfect. Okay. I see where it's at. Let me wipe this off my hand here. Yay! Okay, so there you go, girls. There's your eyeliner. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick on my lash sense, and I'm good to go. Now, I know this took longer than 5 minutes because I've been talking and doing it in my phone, but this seriously will take you probably 4 minutes. There isn't that much to do, and once you do it a few times, you are set. So when I do my kind of everyday, I like to use usually about 2 shadow senses. You know, like today I use the Pink Frost and the Pink Opal Shimmer. Sometimes, like I said, I'll use the Sandstone Pearl Shimmer and the Mocha Java Shimmer. Sometimes I'll use the Mocha Java and the Garnet. But yeah. All right, voila. There you go, girls. And all I need to do now is, of course, put on my lip sense, and I'm good to go. So there you go, girls. There is your simple, everyday, amazing coverage, though, less than 5 minutes, makeup with SeneGence. I mean, I seriously used like foundation, powder, concealer, some shadows and mascara, and that was it. Voila. You can see my eyes. Super pretty. Okay, ladies, that is it. Stay tuned. I will do a date night makeup one of these days, and I will post that, so stay tuned for that. Bye, girls.